Well, the latest threat of U.S. tariffs against the EU risks hitting up to $4.5 billion worth of Italian food products, and one industry particularly hard. Our Willem Marx is in Parma, Italy, with the latest. And Willem, that is so much cheese behind you.
And more specifically, so much Parmigiano Reggiano. That's the cheese Parmesan, as you guys call it, named for the two local cities around here, Parma and Reggio Emilia. And I'm inside a relatively big caseificio, they're known as, these manufacturing locations. They're essentially like massive dairies. And Dom, you know, inside this one room, you've got 5,000 of these wheels of Parmesan. They mature from anything from 12 months to 3 years. And of course, the flavor changes as that happens. Each one of these things weighs around 90 pounds, okay? And that comes in right now, if you're a consumer in the US, at around $1,600. And what the Parmigiano Reggiano Consortium, that's essentially the trade body for this particular type of cheese in this region in north-central Italy, what they've said is they expect that $1,600 per wheel to go up to about $1,800 once these tariffs kick in as soon as October the 18th. So you can imagine when you and I next have a chance to eat together on the East Coast, we go and have some bolognese or something, want to put some Parmesan over the top, that Parmesan could cost that restaurant quite a lot more. And of course, the argument is, from the producers here, is that obviously that higher price will see their sales volumes in the US drop pretty precipitously because people will look for cheaper alternatives. And as a consequence of that, they'll see their bottom line getting hit. Just to give you a sense, though, of the process here, you've got 50,000 workers in this region of Italy working exclusively on Parmesan manufacturing. One of these requires gallons of fresh milk every day. We watched the process earlier, pretty extraordinary. They mix milk that's been left overnight with that morning's fresh milk. They add something from inside the cow's stomach that helps curdle the milk. They break up the curd on the top of the milk once it forms, that drops to the bottom. And then these huge cauldrons we saw earlier, absolutely massive. You wouldn't want to fall into one when they're hot. At the bottom of those, you see this kind of whey and curd form together. They ship that out, put it in these containers, and then start the maturing process. And as I said, this has probably been like this for about 12 months. They stay here. One of the solutions when it comes to trying to resolve this, leaving out the politics, is what do you do with the finances? The Italian Agriculture Ministry has requested some money, some support, essentially, from the European Union. We've seen this before when exports to Russia, if you remember, were limited, and it really hit the Italian food market quite heavily. What they might do, the European Commission, is provide money for Italian producers like this to keep these things on the shelves longer. They don't want to oversupply the market and see the price drop, and so they might get paid to hold these cheeses in rooms like this until this gets resolved.
Willem, I'm going to channel my inner Brian Sullivan here right now because, you know, this is his show. My question would be something along the lines of, would you say that a trade deal right now is not maturing fast enough, given your cheese analogy right now?
It's good. That's really good. I mean, look, you listen to what the European Commission have said all of this week in Brussels. They've talked about the need for negotiations. They've said that really for months. It is very much the US administration who responded almost immediately to that WTO ruling against Airbus over subsidies. They're looking to move very, very quickly. They're calling this special meeting of this WTO panel, and they're looking to impose these tariffs 2 weeks from today. So whether those talks happen anytime soon, leave that up to you.
All right, well, the farfalle bolognese with Parmesan cheese is on me the next time you're in New York, Willem. Thank you very much. Have fun with the cheese factory out there in Italy.